In this lesson, we're going to connect to a custom.com so we can publish our site on the web. We'll break this down into 3 parts. We'll add our custom domain, we'll choose our default version of that domain, and of course, we'll publish for the world to see. Let's jump right in. Previously we had, 16 steps, so this is a lot less.
3.
3? What is that in percentage?
81.25.
That is exactly correct. This is 81.25% fewer steps than the previous lesson.
Perfect, let's do it.
Let's jump right into part 1. And of course, that's going to be connecting our custom domain. So from our project, this is the project we just design reviewed. Let's go in up to our project, our site settings here. And from here, let's go over to publishing, and we're going to add our .com. Now, we've already purchased our .com on GoDaddy. Of course, there are tons of different registrars. You may already have a domain. You may need to purchase a new domain. We have all those options, and of course, we have specific guides for so much of this on Webflow University. So check that out if you want specific step-by-step instructions for your domain registrar. For us, we're going to go the easy route, and we're going to add a custom domain that we already purchased from GoDaddy, and that is getcalendarapp.com. That's it. And when we press Add Domain, we will see we have the option to single click with GoDaddy. We'll use that option, and of course, we'll press Connect. And that's it. So immediately, that was successfully connected, but immediately we get a notification saying subdomain indexing disabled. What does that mean? What it's basically saying, and we can just press OK and dismiss this for now because this is usually 99.999% of the time the behavior we want. But just to cover specifically what this means, if we go to edit our SEO settings for this site, we can see that this switch is turned on. Disable Webflow subdomain indexing. It's switched on. So what this means is there are 2 versions of our site. If we think about it, we have the webflow.io, our staging domain that we have by default. We can still use that, but the second version is our .com. We'll actually combine these in just a moment, but the second version will be our .com, our custom domain. What this is saying is we're going to disable, we're going to tell search engines to ignore the webflow.io version, the subdomain, the webflow.io subdomain version. The reason we're doing that is we don't want the search results showing up twice. We don't want 2 conflicting search results. So we're going to leave that on and go back to publishing. That's step 1. Let's move to step 2, set default. This will be the shortest step in history. Let's go and set the www version
as the default.
As the default, that's right. Now, what this does is it says if someone goes to getcalendarapp.com or www.getcalendarapp.com, it'll take them to the www version. It'll route all traffic to the www version. That's part 2. Let's move to the final step, which is publish. So up here in Publish, we can get here from the dashboard where we are right now. We can get here, of course, from the Webflow Designer as well, but we want to make sure our new domain is checked, the getcalendarapp.com domain. We'll check that. We can publish to both. We could publish to just one. For now, we'll just publish to both, and we'll press Publish to selected domains.
It's done.
Okay, so we're going to check getcalendarapp.com. We'll just press Open a new window, and that is our published site. Let's test it out. Let's scroll through. Features for every need. Daily Digest, AI Assistant, Checker, Time Zoner.
Is there a reason why you're more excited about this now than when you actually wrote it?
Because it's live and the world can see it at getcalendarapp.com. It seems like we're actually pitching a totally fictional app right now, but
that's what we do. You need to do a marketing moment.
Okay, let's have our marketing moment.
It looks good.
It looks great. So we can, of course, at any time, we can go back to the Webflow Designer, we can go back to the designer, and we can make changes. So for instance, let's say this is a little tight here. We want to add some more margin on the bottom. Let's say 20 here and 20 there. That's fine. Maybe a little more, 25. Just make a change like this. At any time, we can go up and publish to our domains. And when we do, we can swap back over to the other tab and hit refresh. And it animated, but you could see those changes are live. Let's prove it a little bit differently. Let's change the big heading to a different color. Let's make it
blue.
Solid. All right, let's do blue. This is really not a good look, but let's do it anyway. We'll press publish to selected domains to publish our site. And back to the other tab, refresh. Let's see if it's blue. It's blue. Just like that, single click.
So it looked like you had an issue on your page there when you were clicking publishing.
Let's go back. One issue to improve on this page. Let's click it, and we go over to the audit panel. Ooh, we're missing alt text. What are we missing? Alt text, AI Assistant. We must have missed this.
Yeah.
Let's go back. The text is using the alt text from the asset. Find the alt text in the asset panel and add descriptive copy, or mark it as decorative. That's good. Let's press Find It For Me. And looks like when we were moving very quickly, we didn't type it in. So we're going to type calendar app showing AI assistant feature with a sync point and time shift.
Perfect.
Of course, this is much more meaningful when the app is real, but that is it. Up next, we're going to talk next steps and recap what we've learned together. This is critical. But before we do, let's quickly recap what we just did here. We added our custom domain. We set our default domain to the www version. And then of course, we published for the world to see. Then we made, wait a second, hold on. The heading is still blue. We need to go back and change this real quick. Let's close everything out, go back to the top. Let's revert that change. Going from blue, let's actually just remove, reset that property, publish again. Hopefully for the last time in this lesson, but that is connecting a custom domain to Webflow.
Share your site. Whether you're building a landing page, a portfolio, or even a full-blown marketing site you build for your business or a client's business, we want to see it. Share on Twitter using #Webflow101, and we'll be sharing our favorite sites on social.